class we were dealing with glucose and fructose. So see, glucose and fructose, basically you see these are aldose sugar. That means what? It has got an aldehyde group attached to it, and here you see fructose, it is a ketose, it has got a ketose group attached to it. Now for your recap, you see this is the structure of the glucose and this is the structure of the fructose. See, formula wise both are C6H12O6, but one thing is in the terminal part of glucose molecule you have an aldehyde attached to it, and here you see this portion you have got a keto group attached to it. So that is the reason, they have the capacity to form ring structures, and all these ring structures that is formed is they are all interchangeable. These are interchangeable. That means the ring and the straight chain and the ring, they are interchangeable. And basically if you focus here, you see it is just a recap of our last class. We see that this oxygen and this one gets connected together. Okay, so since this gets connected together, this is a extension. Okay, so we have got 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 carbon here. In this hexagonal ring structure, we have 5 carbon here and this oxygen is here in the middle. Okay, so this, and here you see this carbon, the last part here is just an extension. Okay, it is not connected anywhere. Now if you take of a ketose group, the same structure applies here, and here again the 5th carbon atom is here, and again the oxygen is here. So here we have got a pentagonal arrangement for this. Okay, now this is the structure, and thing you see they are all known as reducing sugar because the formation of glycosidic bond and glucose forms the main blood sugar level. Okay. Now, after this, you see, we will be dealing with pentose. Okay, what is pentose? Pentose generally it has got a 5 carbon, C5. So this type of 5 carbon sugar is known as ribose. Okay. So in biomolecules we have 2 different types of ribose. One is the RNA and the other is the DNA. Now you see this RNA is known as ribonucleic acid. That means nucleic acid means it has got a nitrogenous base and a phosphoric acid bond attached to it. Okay, so that means this, and you see if we keep it here 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, the 5th here is attached, the 5th one is attached to the nitrogenous base, and the first one is attached to the phosphoric acid bond, and 2 and 3 group, this 2 and 3 group, they have got the functional group attached to it. Now here we have 2 structures, one is deoxyribose and another one is ribose. Okay, so in ribose we have, see, in ribose you see this is the ring structure. This is position 1, 2, 3, 4 and here the 5th part. And you see, this is ribose. Okay, so here the functional group OH and OH are the functional groups. These are functional groups. These functional groups are attached to the 2nd and the 3rd position. Okay, and in the 5th position we have the nitrogenous base. You all know that this nitrogenous base can either be a purine or a pyrimidine like that, and here we have the phosphoric acid attached to one. So since it has got 2 functional groups, this is more active. Okay, and now structure. Here the 1, 2nd, this is the 3rd, this is the 4th one, and here again the 5th one. But you know, here, see, we have only one functional group attached to the 3rd end, and this is deoxyribose. Okay, and here we don't have the functional group attached to it. So since it is deoxyribose, the functional group is not attached to the 2nd position as it is in ribose. So here, this makes this deoxyribose less active, and this less active property is the main property of DNA that makes it stable genetic material, and it is only due to the absence of functional group in the 2nd position. And here this portion, it is highly active because of the 2nd position. So that is the main criteria. RNA and DNA both are genetic material, but here DNA is stable genetic material and RNA is not a genetic material for majority of the animal. Why? Because this is highly active, and otherwise you see this RNA being active, it takes part in mRNA and tRNA. Okay, so only because of this functional group. In our next